I ain't no good Samaritan or anything. Kind of looks like you need a ride.
Hell yeah, man. I need to get to a wedding and fast.
Alright. Go ahead and throw your shit in the back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the ride, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I actually live just up the road here.
Well, either way, I appreciate it, man. Fucking bullshit day. My rented car broke down. Now it started fucking raining. I hope to God my camera didn't fucking break.
So, you're a photographer, huh? I never had the patience for it myself, but it's a notable trait.
Yeah, I got really interested in it when my mom, when I was a kid, took me to the city, and she'd just take pictures of me all the time. It was nice. Simple.
Sounds real supportive. I mean, your son's out here doing what he loves, making a living. I wish I had that support in my family.
Yeah, my mom was awesome. She was the only family I ever had. She'd let me do anything. Really was the most important person in my life.
You know, I don't mean to pry. I notice you keep using the past tense. Something happened to your mom?
Well, it's kind of a long story that I really don't want to get into.
It's alright, man. I completely get it. Had some pretty bad shit happen to me back in the day, too. I am, of course, comfortable talking about it, though.
Really? What happened?
Well, me and my father didn't get along. He cast me out one day. I was never really like everybody else. I never fit a, what do you say, societal standard.
Wow. I never thought I would meet someone who would relate to the struggle.
See, looks can be deceiving. There's always more to the story. Look, you don't have to, but you can tell me anything.
Back in middle school, I gathered enough information about girls to come to a conclusion. I wanted one for myself.
Middle school. Glad I never had to deal with that stupid shit. Of course, being around all those girls, I'm sure it must have been quite the ride.
Yeah, tell me about it. I could barely contain myself. The only problem I ran into was falling for the wrong girl.
What happened? Take someone's bitch?
Well, kind of. The girl was my cousin.
How the hell did that happen?
I remember gym class. I loved seeing the girls do anything physical. Seeing their beautiful tits bounce in that loose clothing. That's all I needed to become obsessed.
Even your cousin?
My cousin was on some real grown-up shit during this time. I mean, damn, she had a huge rack. So one day, I decided to tell her. And I walked up to her and I told her that I thought she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. You want to know how she replied?
Well, I can only imagine.
She slapped the fuck out of me and spit in my face. I was only 12 years old. But this oddly aroused me. And this sexual fantasy that I had with my cousin only exploded after this.
Well, you know, young age, it's hard to know what to do.
After that day, everything changed.
How so?
I could only think about capturing a visual of her beauty forever.
Sounds like fun.
Exactly. She gave me everything I wanted. The shots I got of her in her room. Oh, something I could go back to and have some real fun with.
Can't imagine she appreciated that very much.
Well, of course not. It didn't take her long for her to realize I was spying on her. One night, I forgot to turn the flash off on my camera, and she freaked out. I vividly remember her staring me in my soul as I was running away, and at that moment, I knew.
Knew what?
I had to kill that bitch.
Now we're talking. And did you?
I remember going back to her house and climbing through the window, beating that bitch with the bike chain. And let me tell you, the bliss that came out from after that was indescribable.
Damn. Some pretty heavy shit, man.
I haven't even gotten to the best part. You know, seeing my cousin's smashed-in skull and lifeless body made me want to preserve that moment for the rest of my life. It was that moment meant for me. When I was done, I felt like an artist. I felt like Bob fucking Ross. I finished with a masterpiece. Sorry. I just get so passionate about my work.
Well, it's some pretty fucked up shit. How did we get so far away from talking about your mother and those experiences, though?
If you must know, my mom disappeared when I was 15.
Disappeared?
Me and my mom went to a store to get groceries. I had to go to the bathroom, and once I came out, I couldn't find her. I tried calling her, texting her, GPS, everything. She was gone.
I mean, hey, man, shit happens. It's a really imperfect world. It's wicked. There's a lot of shit out there. But I mean, hey, man, look at you. You picked up the pieces. You're out here perfecting your craft. There's a lot to say about that.
Perfecting my craft. Precisely. In fact, that's exactly what I'm here to do now.
You know, I'm pretty good at putting pieces together. You're not really here for a wedding, are you?
You always have been one step ahead. Duh, of course not.
So you mean to tell me that there's somebody out here worth that much?
They are priceless. You know, hold on. Why don't I show you what I mean by priceless? Would you like to see?
Yeah, I'd love to take a peek. Let me put it in park. We're almost there. Yeah, I mean, you definitely found yourself a new fan. Here. Whenever you finish your priceless collection, you should stop by. Feel free to show me.
Here I was thinking you were always one step ahead. You can't possibly think I could let you live, right? I mean, come on. The ignorance of some people.
Now, if I had $1 for every time I've heard somebody say that to me, you know what I'd be? I'd be a fucking billionaire.
So this is your life. All you do is lose yourself in arbitrary conversations with lonely passengers, both on a quest to seek righteousness and escape a disturbing past. It's fucking pitiful.
Preach! He's preaching to me. You see, you want to bring up disturbing pasts. I seem to remember reading about a real pitiful event. Some crazy bitch jumped in front of a semi and got fucking steamrolled.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Yeah, that was it. What a strong soul she was. I remember the story now. This mom was cleaning her son's room, only son by the way, and found a photo album. Thinking that he had some recent work to show off, she unfastened the binding to take a look. Much to her dismay, she found horrific images of her own niece's face, beaten, bloody. The worst part about that situation, they never found the killer. So here she was facing fucking reality. Her son was really a monster. How could she live with that? Well, I'll tell you. She couldn't.
You shut the fuck up! No.
How are you feeling? Take a bonk to the head too hard? You know, you're real successful at what you do. You've been a real successful serial killer. But you know, each of you gets your own limit. You reached your limit surprisingly fast. That is impressive. And you did it so young. That really is some ruthless, inspiring shit. But, as I said, you've met your limit. You've done a really good job. But, on the same hand, I've been really bored lately. You're sticking to the same old routine. You're sticking to the same old script. It's not really working for me anymore. But as I said, you're a success at what you do. And I know that there will be a special place where we're going. Does that sound good? Anyways, I think we've entertained this shit for way too long. You play your games, but in the end, I'm going to win. Let's enjoy the ride.